Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos, the D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. Do we have any plugs quickly before we jump in? Alright, I'll just mention, as usual, we've got the Patreon and the Redbubble if you want to help support the show. But even if you can't, you can still support the show by just sharing, getting word out there, and yeah, we love doing this. We would love to keep doing this and do more. So, without further ado, let's jump into another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos. Where we last left off, the party fought Dread Magister Morden Zarm and very quickly made short work of him. By the final blow being dealt by Ross through a combination of layering up a continuing heat metal and utilizing a disintegrate spell to turn him into a pile of ash, other than his blade, which Bertie picked up, and his, I guess, token, amulet, something like that, of status for the wizards. So, the moment we left on, so after the party had spent some time recovering from the battle and helping the downed guests at the ball to recover as well, Ross teleported the party, including the left behind Sam, to Bertie's mansion. So, Bertie, if you would like to describe what everyone sees as they appear in front of your mansion.
Absolutely. So kind of the main entrance. So Ross would have teleported them sort of so to be actually quite a fair bit into the estate, because he has quite a large block of land. So most of the party have already been there, but varying amounts of times before. But this is Sam's first time here. So when everyone looks around, basically Bertie's grounds are plants everywhere, mostly flowers, but a lot of very dense shrubs and trees, and a lot of even some flowers that look like they're from not from this plane, all completely overgrown everywhere. It looks quite nice and collected. There's a lot of probably where they get teleported is sort of this quite big paved patio, front porch kind of area, with big pillars and stuff like that. Bertie's house is multi-storied. I'd say at least 3, maybe 4 stories tall. They're kind of if you Google a McMansion, it's just very weird kind of big architecture. It's designed to look big, and it's kind of Bertie's kind of idea of a big fancy house. There's the house is pink, varying shades. It's made of brick, lots of big pillars and ornamentation out the front everywhere. Sort of pale paved stones and things like that. And just lots of near the front entrance, lots of flowers in pots and growing in between cracks on the paving and everything like that. But yeah, so even in the evening, and because it's the evening, there's probably some possibly some sort of arcane lighting as well that kind of pings on the second that everyone turns up. sort of at the front. I imagine probably somewhere in the distance you can probably even just glimpse like Mills who just like munching on something in the background, doing whatever he's doing. But yeah, and lots of like yeah, again, like lots of like carved like ornamentation and like extra stuff like all around, like this really big, tall, sort of dark pink double doors and things like that. But yeah, so that's that. And like there's lots of windows. You can see like pink, like pastel pink, like frilly sorts of curtains and stuff from in there. But yeah, so very grand, quite tacky, but it's very Bertie. Yeah, I imagine there's probably lots of little like lights dotted around the trees everywhere as well, close by, like fantasy fairy lights and things like that. Yeah, and it's sort of like a lot of like flowers sort of like growing like even up on the walls and things like that. But yes, that's the exterior of Bertie's house. Yeah. And I guess we're pretty good. So he's still kind of like holding himself a bit awkwardly because he's still fairly injured, but he's not bleeding everywhere. And he's like, cool, well, here's my place. Welcome back, everyone. This is not the sort of afters I was looking to have, honestly, but we can go inside and try and chat and debrief and relax, maybe. Yeah.
This is big.
It is, yes.
Okay.
And he like kind of like looks a little bit like odd at Sam, and then kind of like turns a little bit physically to the side. Like, hey guys, are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I was just hoping, if you're okay, and Caius will, not like hiding anything, just stare at Sam. Is it all right if I quickly go past my family's house and check on them and pick up a few things and come back?
Yeah, that's fine with me. You'll be safe, yeah?
I think I should be fine. I'll do a quick check around, make sure that there's nothing else happening around the town.
Good.
Around the city. But
he like taps his earring and like, shoot me a message if you need anything.
I will. I'll let you know when I'm coming back as well.
Cool, good.
Let me know if anything happens.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll see you soon.
And Caius is going to jog over to his house.
Okay.
Excellent. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can go inside. He's again. He turns back again, looking suspiciously at Sam. And yeah. Cool. Well, he kind of like scurries over to the doorway and like kind of does sort of like it's like he's got like an arcane lock on there, so he pretty much just like readjusts it. The arcane lock he used to have on his card. And then pops that open, plus like a million enchantments, I'm sure, and throws the doors open. And it's kind of like got, again, like varying shades of pastels and pinks and blue, sort of like patterns, sort of like Baroque type, Rococo sort of like patterning, and like white accents and like marble. Sorry, I just hit my mic. Marble floors. And it's like sort of that classic sort of like really big, ridiculous sort of like entranceway. And Bertie will kind of like gesture people in. And he probably like look questioningly at Ross for a moment, but then like, so like one of the lounge rooms is in this way. If you guys want to chill, if people want drinks, I can sort out drinks. I will probably be back in a moment as long as everyone's cool. I probably need to get changed and replenish some spell stuff. I won't be long.
Do you need any healing or help with that, Bertie?
Bertie will look over us to see if she wants an excuse to get away from the group, or if she's just genuinely asking that.
You do not need to insight. It's both.
It's both. Yeah, actually, that should be good. Yes, yeah, that would help. Actually, I probably need help getting out of this. I'm pretty sure it's congealed to the bodice, and that's going to be really painful to take off. If everyone's okay, Anya, Rook, Neumann.
I was going to go and grab my things and change, but that can wait. And she kind of just very subtly brushes like some of her, like one of a loose braid back. And within the message, like to all channels, is just like, I'll stay here and keep an eye on our guest.
Thank you.
She does not acknowledge Sam whatsoever, though. She just
It's so welcome.
whenever like Sam sits down, she sits across from him, and just says nothing. Just crosses her arms and just says nothing, and like leans forward a little bit.
And Neumann will say, "Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Happy to stay here for a bit. I want to sort of have a look at the changes that you've made. So, yeah, no, I'm happy to stay here for the time being."
Yeah, no, for sure. Feel free, go grab some stuff out of the kitchen if you want. I'll make some drinks later on. But yeah, do whatever you like. Chill. It's fine. It should be safe here. Haha, no terrorists.
I will also just say, when Anya mentioned like getting her stuff and changing, she gestured to upstairs.
Yeah.
Like this.
I can grab some stuff for you if you want, Anya, as well.
It's okay, Bertie. If you guys are going into the kitchen, a tea maybe.
Yeah, I'll sort it out later unless someone else wants to. It's all totally fine. Absolutely, I'll get you a favorite blend.
Thank you.
And you too, Rook, of course. I know you haven't heard been around as much, but whatever you guys want to do, if you guys are fine, I might go get changed. Ross, if you can help me.
Yeah, go for it. I might just use your sink a bit.
Yeah, no,
And
feel
Rook
free.
just walks over to the sink and starts like washing her. Like, I assume she has like a burn and gash on her arm from the magic missile, and she just like washing it.
Before Ross heads off with Bertie, she will turn to Sam and just very quietly, just between the two of them, she's going to be like, "Look, they mean really well. Just, Anya, like, Neumann's the only one who really knows everything. Anya knows most things. Rook has kind of pieced her own things together. I have not told Caius anything. So, maybe sit on that for a minute.
All right.
Because, once Caius gets back, because Bertie and I may end up telling them a few things tonight.
Mhm.
And, it might help to, gel things over if you just... I'm so sorry. I know you're a good guy, but please do not... you get what I'm saying, yeah?
Think so?
Look, just... If Neumann starts asking you weird questions, I know nothing about it.
Okay.
And I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Also, I'd maybe, second... if Anya offers you anything, I'd say you should also avoid the drinks. So,
Okay.
back in a minute. Have a good one. And she's gonna, pat him on the arm twice and just walk away with Bertie.
All right.
Anya 100% heard all of that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
she's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
smirking since Ross like implied that she'd poisoned Sam.
As Sam turns back to maybe the rest of the people who were staying behind, Sam sees Neumann sitting on a couch with his hand outstretched on the cushion next to him, as his head slowly turns towards Sam as he taps the couch with a Cheshire cat grin, saying, "Hey Sam, come sit down for a second. I want to chat."
Roll me a persuasion check.
Anya's smirk just grows like slightly wider, and she leans forward a little bit more and puts her crosses her hands and puts her chin on her fingers, and her ears sort of prick a little bit.
18 plus 7 with whatever it's called, the one that gives you a plus 7.
Yeah. Okay. What are your intents?
Flash of genius.
Yeah. What is your intent here?
Purely just to have a chat, especially after hearing that conversation as well.
Okay. So
Actually, I'm not sure how quiet it was, but
okay.
From my perspective, we were all
Ross
very
was trying to be
close
quiet.
yeah. Roll
Regardless, he wanted to talk
Yeah.
to him anyways.
Yeah. Okay. He will
Perception. He rolled a
Yeah.
21.
21. Okay, probably not quite enough to hear Ross being properly quiet.
I'm assuming Anya's passive.
Oh yeah.
I just
Yeah. With
like
like
it's Anya.
like it's sound based. Like Anya has no penalties, so if she gets her full 32 passive perception.
Yeah.
So Sam tentatively takes the place that you indicate for him to take. Would you like some healing? I'm mostly tapped, but I've still got some low-level stuff left.
No, I'm good. Unless you're good at instantly repairing some clothing. Bit of a jab.
No, unfortunately.
I can do that later as well. That's all right. That's all right. I just thought this would be a good opportunity to catch up, you know? Because last time we called up, I wasn't fully in the know. It wasn't until you left that I found out what was actually going on. So you and Ross, eh?
What?
Now look, I may have caught an mental glance of the you guys were out just before you left. You and Ross, you were talking. It was quite, I don't know. It just the body language. It was very suggestive. I could see chemistry, and now I'm quite knowledgeable when it comes to this sort of stuff. I've read quite a few books on this sort of stuff, and I'm sorry, I'm talking. It's just I just hope you know that whatever happens, I'm there for both of you. Now, if you guys ever need to have a conversation with each other, I can mediate. Again, I like to think I'm pretty good at it. It is actually something I wanted to put on my resume, but I don't like to lie on my resume. But it would be nice to put it on there. Couples therapy, I reckon I could pull it off quite well. Now, I'm not sure how far you guys are, just from talking with Ross. I don't think very far at all, but also it seems like Ross is in denial. I'm not too sure, but it's definitely a work in progress for both of you, I'm guessing. And now, by the sounds of it, you might be back for good. So, we got to talk about that. Are you going to live with Ross and that now. I believe there's a spare room. Oh, you could probably live in the storage area. There's a bit of space in there, I believe. But
Anya's
yeah.
face is in her hands and she's shuddering a little bit. Anyone who like is paying close attention, she is stifling, like, just, you know, when you silently are laughing so hard that you're making no noise. That's her right now, like just face in hands, complete gone.
Hey,
But yeah, no, just. Oh yeah, sorry, you can go. Sorry, if I talk too much, just let me know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe, and Neumann like sort of whispers to himself, maybe he's in denial too. Look, okay, maybe we should actually do this mediation thing. Look, no, yeah, I probably shouldn't have brought this up without Ross around, but when Ross does come back, we are having a sit down and we are having a good old fashioned conversation. Yeah, no, I've got to prepare some material for this. Do you have any paper on you? Or cloth?
No. I don't have much of anything on me.
Anya silently tears off part of her dress where it's been cut and passes it to Neumann. She's not looking up. She has like tears going down her face a little bit. And she's hiding her expression because she does not want them to see how fucking funny she is finding this.
Sorry, what did Ross say?
Oh no, sorry, I've already made up my mind. Not until Ross gets back. We're having no more of this until Ross gets back. As he jots down notes on this piece of paper that he just pulled very sneakily from Anya. And like, yeah, he sort of goes
Part of her dress,
silent
but
for a bit. Yeah. Yeah, I assumed cloth. I don't know. But yeah, no, how are you finding it back in, well, I guess you could say, you know, where it's a little safer, not having to use secret stuff anymore?
There's relief on that end, although most of that relief has been superseded by confusion and panic after that exchange. But
yeah, that battle was terrible. I'm still confused about what happened. Yeah, no, that was
Sure.
definitely bad. Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah,
yes,
no,
the battle.
That woman, I spoke to her earlier, and she was a vampire, I think.
Oh yeah,
Turned into
Uzo.
smoke or steam.
Uzo Haran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's probably still conscious as the steam, as the mist. Shh. I would say give it about an hour. She'll be dead, I think.
Oh. See, I tried to take a swipe at her, but I couldn't. It seemed like it didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
no.
I literally just cut through air.
It's a vampire defense mechanism. When they die, they turn into mist and try to make their way back to their resting place, but they only have a limited amount of time to do that.
Darby.
Yes.
When she did turn into mist, would perhaps an insignia or status of their rank have also dropped? Because Neumann would have picked that up, but he assumed from the way you worded it,
Unfortunately,
everything
no.
turned to steam.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me. And Neumann puts his hand in his pockets. He's been keeping the insignias on him at all times. He only has 2 so far, but he'll bring them out and he'll go, so I've noticed these on the wizards. Would you know anything about these?
They're mostly a mark of office, though they can help with access in some places. I have a lower ranking one. If you have Zats as well, that means we have 2. I can probably cast locate object at some point and we can find Uzos.
That would actually be great. And you won't be needing yours anymore, will you?
Well, it depends on what is required, but at the moment I don't think so. Unless I'm part of a
okay.
strike
Well, I just thought you were
force.
possibly done with that whole side of things.
Mostly, it's only if
From what you said earlier.
it only comes down to if I am part of some sort of strike force. If the convocation the Concord decides to act.
Anya speaks up for the first time, and she's composed herself a little bit now that they're speaking business things. And she's like, if you are waiting on the convocation to act, you will probably be waiting for
Convocation was me misspeaking. It was Concord.
the Concord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Never mind.
Yeah.
Either way, she's like, I think if you want action, you will hand yours over to Neumann. Because I know that he will do what needs to be done.
Alright.
And she just like nods to Neumann and has like gives him a small little smile of like, I've got your back.
Alright, yeah, he takes it out and passes it over to him. And you notice, it's not as officious looking as the Dread Magister's ones. It definitely is of a lower rank, but only a few ranks down, probably.
Yeah, sure. Neumann takes that and he goes, well, yeah, thank you. And like, I'm working with the Concord as well, so if you need it for a strike force as well, I will not be very far away. Speaking of the Concord, though, any news on insert leader names here? Who is dead/missing? I'm not sure if there has been any development in that. Ross?
Drakkar. Ross,
that's
you would know that Ross has been attempting to contact Drakkar all year and has made no headway in it. And no one else, as far as she is aware, at the Concord knows that he is dead. Except for, quote unquote, no, everyone thinks he's dead. No one else knows that he's still alive, except her, Sam, and you, and everyone in the party.
Any sort of information you can give us on Drakkar? Do the wizards know anything? Do you know anything?
I do not. He's well, I know one thing. I know he was able to return for a time to the astral sea to enable him to avoid detection. But it unfortunately severs a lot of communication choices.
Well, perhaps when Ross gets back and after our little session that we'll have, that does take priority, then maybe we can talk about Drakkar and Concord things. But yeah, he says this as he's jotting more notes down on this, or part of Anya's dress, for the mediation session to come. And he will continue idle chatter, not anything in particular, just
Okay.
keeping him
Yeah,
occupied.
Rook will re-enter come back from the kitchen, and she's holding a cup of tea for everyone, and her arm has been bandaged now. So she'll kind of hand that out to everyone. She'll be like, yeah, I got a couple of questions that I'm going to have to pick your brain about as well.
Just quickly, we'll take this moment. Caius, was there anything in particular that you were doing in going back and
yeah, so he was going to firstly double check on all his family if they've arrived back safely, if they're okay, if anything's going on with that.
yeah. So you do find out that they're unaware of what had happened, and they are relieved when they see you. It seems that they were out of range of the activating effect.
Excellent. In that case, I will fill them in on everything that happened. Talking about Wizards of the Ruins, which I may have mentioned in passing to them, potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just say, hey, look, they're around. Also, I'm probably going to go in a bit. Caius will then quickly go up, grab the rest of his armor, put it on, and grab his shield as well. And yeah, he'll grab his steed and head back over to Bertie's house.
Okay. All right. Bertie and Ross.
Hello.
Hello.
Is there
Hit us.
anything in particular that the two of you are discussing or doing upstairs?
So Bertie's bedroom is just as ridiculous and ostentatious as the rest of the house. There's a huge, 4-poster bed. Lots of tulle, pink velvet, just flowers everywhere, little lights, kind of like string, fantasy string lights, all around his room. A lot of those little specific knickknacks and things, little pots of flowers and huge shelf of just random little things. It's a fun little things. There's a and there's also a pink lute hanging off the back of one of the bottom part of his bed and stuff like that. There's a crap load of just clothes on the floor. And he has sort of at one point in his room he has the sword he got from Caius's family, and also his moon staff propped up, sort of in a little stand, I guess. And Bertie kind of has been quite quiet, I guess, as Ross has come up with him, and he sort of slumps over to there quickly first and sort of just throws the sword he still has from the Magister down on the bed and grabs the moon staff, I guess, and kind of again very awkwardly in his dress, which is now just ruined, just not ruined, but he got blasted by lots of magic missiles. It's singe marks everywhere. It's probably chunks of it torn off, and there's a lot of this huge blood kind of stain on his right. But he still sort of awkwardly hobbles over to that and then grabs the staff and makes a sort of arcane movement to sort of regenerate some spell slots. And then he kind of flops that on the bed and then puts his left hand on his right side and then tries to heal himself again with more cure wounds. And that's what he does. So he kind of just awkwardly does it in sort of tense silence for a bit.
Ross has followed him and she's would he have one of those little storage chests at the end of his bed? Or yeah, so she sat on that. She is going to be I can heal you too if you want.
It should be okay. We'll see what the damage is like. Cool. You could just unlace back here. We'll find out if that's all right.
Yeah. And she gets up and helps him unlace the dress, and she's I can, Neumann's been teaching me stuff. I can help you mend the dress if you want.
Really?
Yeah, I can.
Cool.
Yeah, little bits. There'll probably still be some hand sewing to do, but prestidigitation and some mending, I think I can save most of it.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned it. I used to know how to do that. And
oh, really?
Until Fethers stopped talking to me. Cool. Good.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yep. Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right. This should be okay. I'll just get changed. He's got like one of those like divider type things set up in one portion of his room where like a big wardrobe is with a lot of like more just clothes are just strewn around. Yep, this will be fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let me know if you want to clean any of the blood off or if you need any extra healing.
Yeah, it should be okay. Just put it on, it'll be fine. Cool, thank you. And he kind of like just holds that little his like dress still to himself, and then kind of like ducks behind the screen, and like he'll be getting changed. And he kind of calls out what he's doing. He's like, "Good job on the Tin Man guy."
Yeah. Ross is gonna like flunk back down into her seat and kind of put her elbows on her knees and her head in her hands, and she's just gonna be like, "Yeah, that's I told you I was doing all that training, and that was one of the ones I've been working on. It's it takes a lot out of you."
Yeah, no, that was it. He did the job.
Yeah.
He kind of just disappeared, like Ash.
Yeah.
I guess like the other lady too that Rook got. Huh?
Yeah. Gods above. 2 Dread Magisters.
2 Dread Magisters, yeah.
There was.
What a... So Sam's here, right?
Yeah.
That's thrown a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
I thought we would contact him tonight or something, but he's downstairs.
He's
probably getting headlocked by Anya by now.
Oh, gods, if Neumann hasn't gotten to him first, I'm putting off Neumann talking to him for a year.
You said he wanted to talk to him, and, well, I can get why you didn't want to. I guess he's gonna have an interesting convo with him now.
Well,
hopefully not about...
I mean, even beyond that, that thing Sam told us, if he tells Neumann that...
Yeah, we're gonna have to tell them. Well, he can do a lot of the telling now, I guess, considering he's here. But
I don't want them to kill him before he even gets a chance to prove himself.
Yeah, no, it's gotta be us.
I can take the fall for it if you want.
No, it's fine. It's both of us. We knew really early on, so we need to both talk. I do want to talk to Caius first, before we do, just so he understands why I didn't tell him.
Yeah, I need to talk to Anya about something before there's a chance she'll never speak to me again, so...
Yeah, I get that. I'm sure she'll be fine. You guys have spent a lot of time together, and...
yeah.
There was an interesting fight back there.
Yeah. Her magic's getting better, that's good, but...
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I still don't think she trusts her magic that much, but she's good at it.
No.
So it's good.
No,
Your teaching's going well.
Oh, I stopped teaching her months ago.
Oh.
We just
hang out?
We just do magic together.
Oh.
It doesn't suit us to have authority over each other.
No, that's good. That's good. She seems pretty positive about you, so you have said that before, but it's good.
Yeah, it's
really care about everyone here, so it's...
Yeah.
Hopefully the conversation goes well.
Yeah, it should.
Oh, this looks so gross. You shouldn't come back here anyway, but you definitely don't want to come back here. Oh,
are you sure? I can heal it.
It's okay. It's kind of like it's very rough looking. That's okay. I can pump another spell slot into it, so it's fine.
Yeah, I can. Just let me know. I can heal you too.
It's all good. We'll see how things go.
Yeah.
I'll get something else on. Something loose, I think. Yeah, cool, good. We'll talk about this. It'll be good.
Yeah.
I'll be down soon.
if you need anything, you can grab stuff. I'll probably make some tea if people haven't already, stuff like that. Or something strong, am I right?
Have to. Yeah, maybe we can break out that new crystal set you got.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you find that one again?
That's the one of Kai's presents.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. He just grabbed it.
It's good of him.
Yeah, no, I told him, by the way. Anyway.
What?
Cool. You
What?
have to go
Bertie,
talk to Anya.
Bertie,
Yeah.
Bertolt? Bertolt Baywerin? You... She, like, goes to, like, peek her head around the divider and then is like, no, wait, don't do that. So she's just, like, standing next to the divider and she's like, you told him?
Yes, it was bad timing, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, but how did it go?
Well, I'm pretty sure, like, 5 minutes within that time space, I passed out from being poisoned or something, so that wasn't great.
No, but how did he react? Did he say anything? Did he do anything? Have you kissed? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
That would have been
sorry.
my
That was very Neumann of me. I'm sorry.
No. No, he was surprised, I think. I don't know. He was...
Okay.
I thought he was going to run away. He seemed calm. It was very weird. He just kind of said, okay. And he hadn't thought about that much, but it makes sense, apparently. And, which was not great. I did start to cry.
Oh, Bertie.
No, but then he said, I might even be misremembering this by now. It's because so much happened after that. He said, did we want to do dinner? And then, to talk about stuff, he said after. I said yes, obviously. So I don't know how it went, really.
Bertie, I mean, I'm not an expert, but that sounds like a date.
I mean, it's a dinner to talk about our feelings, possibly, which is kind of exactly what a date is. Well, to me, I'm not going into details, but usually it's been a bit more sideways, but,
Oh.
No, not that. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but, this is better than what I was expecting, and so
Yeah,
we'll
I think-
see.
Even again, I don't know. Maybe it's not a date. Maybe that's just Kaya's speak for bros being bros. But that's
Dinner, though, he didn't freak out. I thought he was gonna miss his step out off a balcony or something. So
Yeah,
I don't know, but I'm still hopeful, and it feels better.
yeah.
And importantly, I don't feel so sick. My stomach's twisted up. So
That's
apart
good.
from stabbing. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, this stuff's... Sam's here now, so
Oh gods, I'd almost forgotten.
God knows what's gonna happen. But
Oh, Caius has already punched him.
yeah, man, you got a good swing in there.
You got a really good swing in.
Ross,
Was
it's about this moment that you hear a voice in your head, and you recognize this as the effect of a message spell. From Sam saying, Neumann said something about...
Okay, the message ends there because Neumann would have recognized those somatics and slapped his hand away from whatever somatic he was doing to end the message there. Because he specifically said, no, not until Ross gets back.
Bertie, I think I have to go downstairs and handle this. Are you gonna be okay?
You can still reply to the message, though.
Please hold.
That sneaky bastard.
Okay, yeah, no, but he kind of like pokes his head out. He's kind of like got sort of like, not like a dressing gown, like a really like a step up from a dressing gown kind of
A
thing.
delish gown.
Yeah. Yes, it's a delish gown, but he's clearly wearing something under it as well. He probably pokes his head out. He's like, and like he's tilted one ear up towards where Ross is. Because his ears won't move that way. And he's like, okay. Is everything good with you? I should be fine.
I think Neumann has spoken to Sam.
Oh no, I will be down soon.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I maybe break out the good shit for this. I think we're gonna need it.
Yeah, no, more than just the crystal goblets. Absolutely.
Okay. So Ross, you head down. Bertie, you get dressed. As you're finishing getting dressed, you receive a sending through the earrings from Caius.
Yes. You're going to hear, "Hello, Bertie. Everything is fine at my family's house. I'm coming in now. Is the backyard still a good landing zone?"
Oh, yes, absolutely. Landing zone. Yeah, no, perfect. I'll go and meet you. See you soon.
Okay. So Ross, you make your way to where Sam, Rook, Anya, and Neumann are, and Ross, you notice that Sam is still uncomfortable, but it's a different kind of uncomfortable to what he was before.
Blushing, surely, Darby.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
I think Anya kind of has a little smile and she's like, "Neumann, I think you've got it from here. Rook, do you wanna come help me change, and we'll come back down for the big conversation."
Yeah, of course. I think you need to spend a little bit of time together alone.
Yes. I think it'd be wise to the bedroom that I stay in this house. Yes.
Okay. So you make your way.
As they leave, Ross is like, Anya, I want to talk to Anya. She's like facing away from the other two, and she just puts her hands on her hips.
Anya, she touches like the no, she doesn't even do that because she's got message as a cantrip. I guess she does it out of habit, but she does cast message to Ross, and she's like, "Pull me aside after, we'll talk."
Fine.
Good luck. She does another one. She's got it as a cantrip.
Yeah, Ross's only reply is, "What?" And she just stands there with her hands on her hips.
And Anya,
she does not turn around.
Yeah, Anya leads Rook up to where her bedroom would be.
Mm-hmm.
Which is her bedroom, by the way. She just does not phrase it as such.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Hey, Ross.
Hi, Neumann.
How are you feeling?
Peachy.
Peachy.
She still is not facing either of you. She's just facing like a doorway. Just hands on her hip.
Neumann, you would notice Sam's face is down. Ross, you probably wouldn't notice this because you're pointedly not looking.
Do you two want some water? I can make water.
I'm fine for the moment, Neumann. Thank you.
Oh, okay. As he pours 3 glasses of full of water from his alchemy jug. Well, it's right here. In case you want it. But can you join us over here, please?
She inhales really deeply, like the kind where you stand up straighter. She exhales. She turns around. She's like, yes, Neumann, I certainly can. And she goes and sits on the opposite sofa.
Neumann stands up and grabs, not like in a forceful way, but just like gently grabs Sam's arm and brings him to this couch that Ross sat on. And what cushion is Ross sitting on? Is it the middle one?
Yeah, Ross would have sat on the middle one.
Okay. Newman's gonna like sort of awkwardly stand in front of Ross and be like, could you just scooch to the left for me, please?
She does so.
Perfect. Newman sits in the middle and then sits Sam down on the right. And he gets, oh, right, whoops. And he gets back up off the couch, grabs the 3 waters, and then realizes there's no table in front of this other couch. So then he just very, like, awkwardly drags the table over to the couch, but being very careful not to spill the waters that he placed back on top. It does take a while, but, like, I don't think you guys are going to get any more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I don't affect it too much.
Ross has put her head in her hands with her elbows on her knees. Both of them would be able to hear her muttering obscenities to herself in Infernal, but Neumann would be able to understand them.
Newman knows Infernal now.
Yep.
Sam
And
also
she
knows
would just-
Infernal.
What? Well, Ross doesn't know that. So she's just sitting there, just basically muttering, like, I cannot believe this has happened to me. I cannot believe this is my life. I can't believe these are my friends. I cannot believe that this has happened. All these years, you try so hard, kiddo, and yet here you end up yet again, for fuck's sake.
Sam react.
He's ever more confused.
Does Newman notice that Sam is showing more confusion?
Roll me an insight check.
You are going to have to just give me a hot second.
As long as it's hot.
Just because my internet's poo-poo. What was the check again? Sorry,
Insight. Yes.
Insight, perfect. Dean, it's just loading up with insight. We are going to go with you. Why? No. Okay, well that's a 7.
You cannot tell.
That's okay. So Newman is going to sit in the middle, and he's going to whip out with a, like literally whip out this piece of dress with his notes. And he's going to go, right. Ross,
Uh-huh.
do you trust me?
With my life, Neumann.
Thank you. That means a lot, actually. Sam, I know we only just met. I believe we share quite the bond together, and we've shared some experiences. Do you trust me? Now, like, I know we've had a couple of fights together. We've done very well. So I trust you. Do you trust me?
Reasonably.
That's a start. And that's why we're all here. To start. Now. How do you both feel right now?
Stressed.
Confused.
That's usually how this stuff works out. This is normal. It's okay.
Does this have anything to do with the combat we just had? or?
I mean, not really, actually. Look, there was a little experience, I'm guessing, that you guys earned from that recent combat, but I'm more so talking about the Zath fight.
Ross has a moment of intense realization and her face just drops.
There was a bond during that fight. Both physically, magically.
No, finish your sentence. Come on, Jake, you can do it.
And metaphorically, there was a bond. I may have severed that bond, but that was only physically, not metaphorically. Now, I'm not sure how perceptive each of you are. And just from talking to you both separately, you're both not very perceptive.
Hey!
I'm sorry, I mean it in the best way possible. But I'm quite perceptive. Not insightful, but you guys don't hide this very well.
What?
Now, can you please hold my hand? He gestures to both of them.
Okay.
Sam tentatively places his hand out.
Ross
Yeah,
holds Newman's hand.
Can you please just take a deep breath with me? And he takes a very deep breath and he goes,
Ross does.
Sam does.
and now breathe out. Now, I know this is very, very stressful, as you said earlier. And it'll probably get a little bit awkward. But again, this is normal. That's what these mediation sessions are all about. That's why I'm here to help. He whips out the dress again because he sort of gets lost as to what he should do next. There's a lot on here. Like, it's double-sided cloth. He wrote on both sides. Now, okay, I think we need to break the ice here. Ross, could you please tell me something weird about yourself? Something that most people won't know. And Sam, I want you to think on that as well, because I'll be asking you next.
When I was 6, a fortune teller told me I was going to make people happy. And that's why I became an actor.
Really? I didn't know that, actually.
I mean, it was also, my parents and the everything, but yeah. It was the last performance I got to see before we joined the Concord.
And what about you, Sam?
Well, I guess when
It can be anything.
I guess when I was 6, I found out my parents were from Karas.
Oh. That is quite an interesting one, actually. Look, parents. It's got something, both of the stories have something to do with parents. And in regards to you, Ross, you do seem to make Sam full of joy when he sees you. Just from what I've noticed, anyways. Now, do you guys have any fond memories of each other? Now, these weird facts you've just told me, they were from when you were quite young. And from my understanding, you two knew each other quite some time ago. I believe it was during college, was it?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes. Any fond memories from way back when? Of each other?
Ross is gonna get a momentary, very sappy look on her face and just say most of them.
Yeah, I would agree.
And then she's gonna look angry that she felt sappy about it.
Oh no, this is good. This is good. This is good. Newman's starting to get like a little bit like blushy because he didn't expect that to go so well. He goes, oh right, sorry. Deep breath. And out. Now, look, I'm just gonna make this quick. We've talked about the past. We've talked about how we're feeling in the present. But now I want to ask you something. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years?
Hopefully not dead.
Yeah.
Very grim outlook on the future. Optimistic, however. Do you see yourselves being lonely in the future?
Well, in what context, Neumann? Will you stop living with me in 5 years if I'm not dead?
Well, I also do not wish to die in the future, so hopefully not, no.
Okay, then I doubt I will be lonely, as I will have you and the other housemates and my parents and everyone else in the party and you know.
I would hope not to be lonely.
Well, more so from Sam, but I see a longing for companionship in both of you. And look, I'm not saying that this has to happen right away. This doesn't have to happen now. Doesn't have to happen anytime soon. Maybe in 5 years' time. But I just want you both to know that bond I saw during that battle with Zaf, it's not severed. And he sort of lets go of your hands. And he sort of gestures the hands together ever so gently. And he goes, now, can I please just get you to put your palms up against one another? Sort of like a high five that never ends.
Jesus fucking Christ. Let me commit that to my mind palace forever. Thank you. Ross is gonna look at Sam and see if he's chill with that.
He seems to be looking to your lead.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Like, he knows next to nothing of Neumann. Like, he doesn't know what the go is here, whether this is...
Other that he is a love guru.
Ross, in the hand that is not being guided gently towards Sam by Neumann, she puts that hand, like, she pinches the bridge of her nose. And she holds up her hand in the eternal high five.
Sam will reciprocate.
Alright, it's now at this point that Neumann sort of slithers his way out from the middle seat of the couch and takes it one step back with his hands out, sort of like Chris Pratt style in the newest Jurassic World, where it was called. Now, I just want to know how you're both feeling right now.
Mortified.
Confused.
And that is something you share in common. Look, I think you two need to have a conversation. Now, I've done my work. Now it's time for you two to do your work. As he continues to slither out of the way ever so slowly, arms still outstretched, as he goes around the corner to where, we'll say Bertie. He goes towards where Ross came from to go and just check on Bertie because he didn't want to maybe go interrupt Anya and Rook. And he still has his arms outstretched as he goes around the corner of, I'm guessing, a hallway or a staircase or something. as you hear a couple of steps slowly go away, and then rush back and back, and slowly breathe, calm, relaxed. This is a safe environment. As he then returns back to once where he came, out of the way, and leaves you two alone.
Ross immediately puts her hand down and puts both her hands on her head and just...
Is he always like this?
Well, he's never done something quite like this before, but he definitely, he has started purchasing a lot of romance novels about people named Stephen and Rose, so I guess I should have seen this coming.
What? What does he think he knows?
Well, I don't know. And she, crosses her arms. What did you say to him?
I said nothing.
Jake is losing it. Well, I don't know. He maybe... She looks so grumpy. Has had to deal with me talking a lot about you, and has maybe gotten ideas about how I feel about you. She is not looking at him the entire time she is speaking. But it is complicated, and I was really hoping he wasn't going to do something like this.
How do you feel about me?
She snaps around to look at him. Well, like I said, it's complicated.
How complicated?
Well, there's the issue of who we are now and how we're different, and how there are still all these secrets between us, but you're here now, and it's really throwing me for a loop that you're here, and I'm not just in dreams, the spell ones, not the don't get any ideas, sir.
Is that true? That it's only been the spell dreams?
I'm gonna highs rolls for that. A 0 is a 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then I have to roll a deception.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's a 14.
Yeah, his insight roll was 27.
Fucks you. Oh my god. Well, you're here. That's weird. I was really hoping to have more time to kind of process all of this before seeing you physically again, because I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I just know I feel a lot of it, and it's and her shoulders they've been up around her ears, and they just kind of hunch in a bit. Just goes, I already know I miss you. I just didn't consider that it would be so soon that I would have to stop missing you. Anyway, you don't have to say anything in return. This is all fine.
He puts a hand gently on your shoulder.
She looks at him. Insight check before he does whatever he's about to do.
roll me an insight check.
Oh, good thing I picked the good dice. 'Cause my insight's bad. That's a 19.
Ooh. He appears to be making some sort of judgment call.
What? If you're gonna tell me this is all stupid and I'm just some the hung up little idiot.
And he kisses you. And immediately recalls back, oh, shit. Did I fuck things up? Did I make the wrong call there, or...
She, like, looks at it, her hands are kind of, like, flapping. And she just goes, like, I don't know if you made the right call. Do it again?
And he goes in again.
She kisses him.
Yeah. Okay.
Please cut to someone else.
Meanwhile, Neumann, as you're going up to Bertie, you catch him on his way down, not through the main room where Ross and Sam are, but out through to the back courtyard. And the two of you go through to the back and to see Caius. Caius, what do they see?
Well, there's a slight noise, like a little bit of rustling in the trees overhead, as after a brief moment in a small opening not that far away, a large white, almost glowing Pegasus drops down and lands in the field with Caius on its back. And they're going to ride slowly over to you guys where Caius is going to dismount.
Bertie does not look surprised at all. He kind of like hurries over. Also as a sidebar, but he's kind of like, he's wearing again, as I said, like a it's like completely opaque, semi like the heavy silk brocade, like kind of like a gathered together like dressing gown kind of thing, very big and baggy. That he's kind of wrapped around with his belt. He kind of hurries over, probably completely ignoring whatever expression Neumann's making at this point. He's like, "Oh wow, great landing as usual. Hi, Teddy. Always lovely to see both of you, of course."
I think we did quite a good job with the landing, actually. We didn't kick up anywhere near as much dirt as normal.
Very smooth, yes. Neumann, yeah. I've been kind of like just dusting off some dust off himself while he turns around to look at Neumann.
The second there is a gesture to come forwards, he will, through your perspective, or from your perspective, instantly teleport towards the Pegasus. He goes from that location to where you are, literally in the blink of an eye. If you had caught a glimpse of him before you gestured for him to approach the Pegasus and Caius on top, he would have been wide-eyed, jaw hitting the floor. Did not expect this at all. Because, and I will just double check, would Caius have kept this a secret from Neumann if he ever visited?
Caius has told no one, except for Bertie and select members of his family.
Yeah. So this is another reason why he's very, very surprised. And he will essentially do the exact same thing he did for Parenthia's wife at the Cool Spider Legs. Closely examine every inch of this horse and be like, "Oh my god, it has wings." And does he know anything of Pegasus? Pegasuses?
Roll me an Arcana check.
You and your checks. Please hold. as my internet does not enjoy me opening up D&D Beyond at the moment.
I have your character sheet up if you want to roll a d20 and I'll...
I'm here already. So
Okay.
Arcana was it? Or...
Yes, Arcana.
Yes. Alrighty. And go. So that is a 24.
24. Yeah, so you know a decent amount about Pegasi. So most of them are from the plane of Arborea. And they are intelligent creatures. They don't speak, but they can typically understand a variety of languages, including Common and Celestial. And they basically are... They have been known to be used as mounts, but it usually requires the prospective rider to be good-hearted and to persuade it to form this partnership, which is typically lifelong.
Wow. Guys, this is incredible. You and any gestures for a name?
Oh, sorry, how incredibly rude of me. Well, this is the new member of my family. This is Theodore Felix Silvius.
Well, it's lovely to meet you, Theodore. Quite a mouthful of a name, but not unexpected. How did you and Theodore meet?
Well, I heard that Pegasi were around. Well, not like around, but were a thing. And I did a bit of research. Well, someone else did research for me, and then told me. But it was a few people doing research, and so technically I was doing the research as well. It's not important to the story. And yes, no, we found out that there was some on a different plane, and Bertie and I went for a visit, just a day trip.
Just a day trip. Just
Yeah,
a
just a little
casual
day
day trip.
Yeah, to
another
Arborea.
Right, yeah. Look, I have so many questions. I have so many questions, but I am so happy right now. Today has been an eventful day, but it's a good day. Minus all the deaths that happened and yada yada yada, but yeah. Look, and he turns to Theodore and he speaks in Celestial. So I don't know what this sounds like because I'm not too familiar with how Celestial sounds like.
It has this ethereal quality to it, and it's almost sing-songy. I'm not saying you have to be sing-songy in your delivery because you are saying it in English. But what everyone else hears...
I'm saying you have to.
Yeah, I was going to.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Hello, Theodore. I'm Neumann. And he does a bow in front of Theodore.
Theodore bows back.
It's lovely to meet you. How are you?
Theodore nods in a positive manner.
I have some food that I stole from Bertie's fridge. as he gestures some food. Would you like some?
He goes in to eat.
What kind of food would Neumann have gotten, Bertie?
Bertie's like fantasy fridge has so much stuff in it. It's got lots of like little tarts and stuff like that. And in fact, there was even like a whole bunch of them on the table, like on the bench, including like a half-drank bottle of wine. But like in the fridge, yeah, it's just anything. Like so much food, whatever, vegetables, pies, meats.
Oh, that's fun.
Pastries.
I just had a look at languages. Bertie would not inherently know from what Neumann just said that this was stolen from his fridge. Caius would, though. Caius speaks Celestial as well.
Amazing.
True. Oh yeah, true. Ray looks perplexed. He's like, oh, it looks like Newman's getting along well with Felix.
Little does he know the crimes Neumann has committed today on this fateful day. But yeah, no, Neumann is very wowed by this whole situation. He's definitely on a high at the moment, and he's cherishing every single moment of this. How does Caius and Bertie react?
Caius is like standing off to the side like a proud father. Like, look, this is mine.
Our baby. Incredible. Everybody's like, wow, you listened to me getting along pretty well. Did the flight go good?
Yes, no, it was quite good. I had a quick look over the town. Was there anything happening over the town?
Not really. You might have caught a glimpse of some like the last of the Wyvern riders heading back to base, as well as like yeah, you probably would have seen like 2 diabats flying out of the city limits. Probably would have been too far away to see any figures on top of them.
Cool. No worries. Yes, no, it looks like everything is sort of dying down.
Good.
In the city, which is what we want.
Good. Are your family okay?
Yes, thankfully they were, they all got out before anything happened, so they weren't affected by it.
Good thing you told them to go home a bit earlier.
It's just a shame that we weren't able to do that with everyone.
Yeah, no, but at least most of them seem to be okay, so that's good, and we can find out the full extent tomorrow, I guess. Could we, could you help me make some tea in a moment? Not right away, just whenever.
No. Yes, no, that's fine. I'll, just rug Theodore up for the night and,
Oh, of course!
Come in.
We could probably stay in one of the rooms as long as I can clean it later.
It's fine. We'll find something out here.
Yeah, no. Otherwise, it's a pretty good stable for Mulesley. Just, yeah, cool. Thank you.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, no, I'll go and hang in the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah. So, is there anything that Rook and Anya are discussing as they get changed?
Yeah, I guess she'd probably be like joking about like what's going on with Neumann. But like you reckon Ross and Sam are gonna survive whatever Neumann's got going planned for them?
In a sense, I think that maybe they will survive. I think that I don't think that Sam is at all prepared for spending any extended amount of time with this party. And I think that starting with Neumann is the best hazing that he could get, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Neumann can be a bit of a force of nature sometime. But you're thinking that Sam's gonna be spending a bit more time with his party?
I don't know everything, but I've known for, and I won't get into everything I know because it's not my place, but I've known since the first time that I met Sam. When I asked Asmodeus if Ross was okay, I've known since then
That he's a double agent?
Well, no.
Oh.
I didn't know what he was at that point, but I knew that they were important to each other. And somehow with our group, that tends to lead us all back again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I hope that things go well with Ross and him. Rook looks kind of like uncomfortable as she's saying this. Yeah.
I don't know if Anya's gonna say this, but she's also gonna roll an insight check, just to sort of get a reading on, I forgot how good her insight is, good lord. Just to get a reading on Rook. But she's like, I don't know if I trust him necessarily, but I know he's important. That's a 27 insight.
Oh,
The lowest you
nice.
can roll on insight, by the way.
Yeah. So what are you trying to gauge from this insight check?
Just basically why Rook was uncomfortable. Like, I have an idea,
Okay.
but it's more confirming that and having it be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, basically, Anya will be able to make the connection that Rook has not seen Sam since he helped rescue her from a horrible situation a year ago. So he's factoring as a reminder of that.
We don't have to talk about it, but he helped you get out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I think it was kind of a spur of the moment for him, but he delivered, he helped.
You don't have to answer, and it's not at all the point, but do you trust him?
I think so. I don't know. I mean, he made quite the risk for me. I don't know what kind of ulterior motives he could have for that. And Ross is quite the smart cookie, I guess, so if she trusts him, we can probably trust him. I hope we can get some information from him at least. With his connections and all, that's just... Yeah. It's not great seeing him again. Which is kind of silly, but...
It's not silly to... Anya, she kind of stops them in... I'm imagining they're probably, like, going up the staircase or, like, through a hallway, like, towards Anya's room, and she kind of stops her for a second, and she's like... I know that while I don't trust Sam, he is very important to a dear friend of mine, and he helped you escape. And for that, I will, no matter my opinions of him, I will always be grateful. But even with someone you trust, even with someone who has done something to help you, that doesn't take away the hurt you can feel around them. So it's not silly, Rook. I think it's... I'm sorry. But it's... I think it might be something you have to feel to protect yourself for a while until you know that you can be okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think when you put it that way, it makes sense. It's not nice feeling things that you haven't in so long, but I guess it kind of gets fresh again when you see someone from that time. But yeah, I'll be all right. I think it just kind of took me unawares.
We can't often censor real life. It just happens, but we can do the things to help ourselves. So if you need anything, be it a distraction or a break, let me know.
Yeah. Thank you. I reckon I could do with, a bit of a distraction, a bit of a break. They can have their fun down there. I stole some tarts from Bertie's kitchen. I guess we can try to sample some. You hungry?
I didn't actually eat at the ball, so that's probably a good idea. I might have some. I don't have any of my clothes that would fit you, but I'm sure Bertie has so many clothes around. There's probably something he was saving for Caius that I can find for you. If you want to change.
That could be handy. That might be a little more comfortable. Thank you.
Okay. So, meanwhile, back downstairs, Neumann, Bertie, and Caius, you managed to get through avoiding Ross and Sam by taking one of the other paths to the kitchen. Was there anything that any of you wanted to discuss before any sort of big group discussion?
Well, unless Neumann looks like he wants to chat with people, Bertie's gonna go, hey, Neumann, did you want any tea? Caius and I can get some tea sorted for you.
No, I would love some tea, please.
Cool. Would you be able to go, like, check in on, I don't know what's going on there, like, go let Anya know she can get changed or whatever, you know, probably need to have a chat soon. I know Ross was checking out and some stuff. Go make sure that everyone's all having a good time in the lounge, and we'll be in soon. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yes. I'm sure everyone is having a very good time. So I'll go check up on everyone.
Cool. Thanks.
As he dashes away, he'll start with Anya but whether or not that scene happens now or not.
And then Bertie kind of like bustles into the kitchen. She's like, it looks like this like tray that like has some little tarts on it, but there's a lot of them missing. And he kind of like looks at the fridge, which like is slightly ajar, and then like there's like bandages from like the like
cabinets underneath, like just hanging on, like on the kitchen bench, and there's also the half drunk wine bottle, which he kind of looks around perplexedly, looks at the wine bottle, picks it up, and like throws it immediately into the trash, and then turns around to Kai's like, "Cool, a tea. You want some tea? What burn do you feel like today? Your favorite, or anything?"
I think the usual might be nice.
Cool. All right. And Bertie will like kind of like be like, "Oh, if you can like boil the water, I'll get that sorted." As he kind of like goes to the exact like location in whichever kind of cabinet has Kai's favorite tea in it. What's Kai's favorite tea, Mitch?
It's a red rose petal infused herbal tea.
Perfect. Excellent. So Prince got like quite a large like tin of that. So he's going to be busy around doing that. And after kind of like a beat, he's like, "Hey, that was really bad back there, although it went pretty good, really. How are you doing?"
Well, it's not ideal, I'll be honest.
No.
First sort of public outing for these guys, and sort of taps his chest, and there's the symbol of the Knights of the Seven.
Yeah.
And well, you know, they got off to a bit of a rocky start.
No, I would say so. Yeah, it was interesting. Didn't go too well. I got pretty crazy in there, and then the fight, and then when Anya said she was going to run out, I was going to jump into the room and stuff, like, thank heaven she didn't, am I right?
Well, yes, that would have been quite a pickle, I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah, no, it's cool, it's good, we sorted it, I guess, and people seem to be okay, so that's good. Cool.
Are you okay?
But he kind of like, is in the process of making tea. He kind of just like leans back against the counter for a moment and like turns to you like, "I'm all right. Thanks for looking out for me then."
But we look out for each other.
We do. It's good. It was good. Bad situation, but I think we make a good team. Well, we don't have to talk about the other stuff at the moment if you don't want to. But man, what a night. I've been planning to tell you the thing for ages, and then Sarah shows up after 10 years and nothing, and then I get poisoned in the terrorist attack. That's serious heebie-jeebie stuff, I gotta tell you. If I'm honest, I got a bad feeling things will start going the way they were a year ago. But apart from that, I'm okay.
Well, I mean, a lot definitely did happen tonight. I think that if it would be a good idea if we can have a chat after thinking about some things over dinner, like I suggested, unless you're more of a lunch.
Cody immediately goes very blue, like he blushes. I'm quite blue, like yeah, no, dinner would be nice. We get the time, and yeah, no, that would be good. Yeah, after we've had some time to think about things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so, your ex was there.
Yeah, no, that wasn't great. Wow, he was a dick. I can't believe he ended up talking to you. Was he an asshole?
Well, I mean, he just... I guess looking back on it, yes, but I just thought he was a noble.
Well, yeah, I mean, not all nobles, obviously. Yeah.
Well, the vast majority. I've dealt with a lot, where we're all a bit pricky sometimes.
Well, yeah, I mean, considering when I asked you how you were going for the ball, you were like, well, I mean, this time people want to talk to me, so, like, start from that kind of stuff, you know, that kind of tells me they are, yeah, a bit pricky. Yeah, no, glad we didn't have to talk to Sarah for that long. That's great. He, as I said, he used to like talking about, say shit about me all the time, so I thought that was going to happen again, so I'm glad it didn't. Yup.
Well,
But
he wasn't one of the bald men, was he?
no.
No, God, okay.
Alas, no. It didn't seem like he was. Oh god, that terrorist thing. Thanks for the sorrow thing anyway, though. I appreciate it. It would have been nice just hanging out. Anyway, he kind of like, he's finished making the tea, but he kind of just like holds the tea he's going to give to Kais in his hands, and he looks down at it. He's like, I gotta tell you now, Caius, about the attack thing. I didn't know that was gonna happen, but Ross and I heard some information a while back about the wizards, but not enough to do anything, and not from anyone we could use safely as evidence without making things 10 times more dangerous, I guess. Just that we heard some stuff, nothing we could do about, and I guess until now, considering he's in the frickin' parlor room, we'll have to talk to Sam for sure soon. But most importantly, I think Ross and I are gonna have to talk about stuff in a moment to everyone, and I just want you to know that the only reason I didn't tell you early is because I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to worry you. When we spend time together, I don't have to worry about that stuff, and I get to be quiet and happy in me, and I didn't want to ruin that for either of us. So I know that's selfish of me, but I just ask, I hope you can trust me, and I hope you understand why we couldn't say it early.
Of course I trust you.
Thank you. But he kind of like gives Caius the the teacup, and then he kind of like touches his wrist for a bit and gives that a squeeze. He's like, it's not as bad as probably I made it sound, but well, you know, I tell you pretty much everything. Love confessions aside, you know. So I hope this is okay. And if it is, I'd like to tell you something else that I haven't been able to tell anyone.
Oh, okay.
But even if it's not okay, that's okay too. You don't have to agree with me, but I wanted to tell you first before Ross and I talked to everyone.
No, you can say whatever you want to say, or keep whatever you want to keep.
Thank you. You really mean a lot to me, you know that. Well, let's go see if they've got they're in the parlor now.
Right. Caius will follow Bertie out.
Okay. Yeah. So after a little bit, everyone regroups in the parlor.
As Anya sort of comes back down, probably a little bit more refreshed, with Rook and with Neumann. She, as she sort of walks into the room, she goes up to where Ross is sitting, and she's like, we'll have that chat now, if you'd like, or we can wait until after.
I think we should have it before. For the record, Ross and Sam have been on opposite ends of the room, blushing furiously for 15 minutes. And not speaking.
Yep.
Also, for the record, as Anya was the first one to go into that room and to sort of break the ice, Neumann was sort of like sticking his head out from the side of Neumann, just sort of reading the room, but with silently. He wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, Bertie and Neumann, with your passive perceptions. It is unfortunately a visual thing, so that discounts Anya being able to notice it. But Bertie and Neumann, you do notice like just slight hints of telltale signs of
Ross
them
was
having
wearing
met.
lipstick tonight.
Yeah.
I would like that stated for the record.
Yep.
So I'll
It
very
was probably
Oh, sorry.
dark purple. Sorry.
So I'll very briefly say, Bernie is like walking, looking quite like serious, but also flushed. He then like looks at this, turns to Kais, like death grips his hand, like, and then like looks like meaningfully like from between like Ross and Sam in probably like the most confusing way possible.
Kaz 100% misreads it and looks for any form of like a threat.
There's charades going on in the background at this point.
Yeah.
Now.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Anya, it just should be really quick. Let's brief chat.
Kitchen, garden. Kitchen or garden?
Just kitchen. It'll be quick. It'll be super quick.
Okay.
What were you about to say, Darby, before I start this?
Oh, I was about to say, as we move into the big conversation, let's go to the next, like, finish it off. But like, yeah, have this conversation between Ross and Anya.
Yeah, this is just really brief.
Yeah.
Ross is just gonna like put her hands on her hips, which she has been doing a lot. She kind of has to shake her head a bit and like resettle herself. And she's like, look, I want to warn you that Bertie and I are about to talk about something very serious, but before that, I just want to say, in the fight tonight, I got frustrated. While we were talking about whether or not I should take the lords out of there. It was a stressful situation. I know it was spur of the moment, but I was getting really frustrated by that. I know that wasn't your intention, but something you said really... You said that you are a knight, so you don't know what my responsibilities are as one to the lords and the council. And I want you to know that I didn't take the knighthood to swear anything to the council. I took it because if these people are going to leave Karas behind, then I want them to see the faces of Karasis every time they hold a fucking party. And as bad as it is, if we do that fight 100 times, if I have to choose between the lords and getting all of you out, I get all of you out. Every time. It is bad, but I will deal with the consequences later, and I just wanted to say that it's not on you. I just wanted to let you know that if I had an outburst there, it wasn't. I just wanted to say that so you know.
Anya, she reaches forward and she takes one of Ross's hands and she says, I'm sorry, Ravari. I didn't think, and I never asked why you would have taken the night. I understand not wanting to help them. I do. They have done nothing to help your nation. I imagine if the same thing happened in Navora, they would do nothing to help mine. But... and this isn't... You can feel how you feel about this and you can act how you act about it. But I know... knowing that the convocation doesn't act, that if I could do anything to stop what is happening in your nation from happening to another nation, I'd want to do that. And they may not be the best option to lead this place, but what we did tonight was stop a coup.
Well, actually, Anya, that's what Bertie and I need to talk to you about. I think we should go talk to everyone.
All right. So as you return to the parlor, that is where we're going to leave it for this week. Ready for the big conversation. This was a dense episode, a dense session.
Many things happened.
Many things happened.
I had a very fun time. Thank you.
I had a mortifying time, but it was great.
You're welcome.
Pegasus now.
MVP.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Have a friend.
We played out a little adventure, Mitch, Laura, and I, between the time skip of Caius going to Arborea to convince Pegasus. Might see that on well, somewhere at some point, but
Keep your eye out. It's a good
yeah.
one. Plenty of little fun scenes for
It is
everyone.
worth watching.
Yes.
Yes.
Mildly biased, but still.
Yes.
Check it
I
out.
would agree.
Anyway,
Thank you for listening.
Thanks, everyone.
thank you for
everyone.
listening.
Have a good
Also,
one.
actually, sorry for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neumann.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I hope it was also okay setting you and Sam up. I'm not sure if you had
What
a
was
plan
so
on that, but like the
Fucking
scene was calling for it, and I just committed.
Actually incredible.
Oh, Neumann was in top tier form tonight. Holy
Neumann
shit,
was-
he did amazing.
Incredible.